Hello. Good time of day, everyone. And yes, I am using Office Sound Effects BGM right now. I figured it'd be appropriate. Let me just adjust it a little bit. So, let's get into it. Hello there. As you see, I played a little bit. I don't think it's perfect, but it'll work for now. I think going with O and everything else being a default smile would work better. So, to start up the spiel. Oh, one other thing. It's not apparent. But I put a little Z on here for lean forward. I should emphasize it more next time if I do it. Okay. So first off, CorpBorg is one of the MörkBorg inspired games. Rules light, very crunch heavy, lots of tables. That is set in quote unquote reality. You're there at your office job one day, and snap, you're in reality. You're originally in the mundane, but reality is much more terrible and horrible, and all businesses are run by demons and other unspeakable things, trying to bring in the deadline. Now, let me bring this up. Bop. There we go. I have a little sheet here that I made. I could have put a little more time into it, but I was running short. Let me just go over the statistics. It runs like most MörkBorg things. Actually, I'll need 3d6s. Excuse me one second. I have my metal ones out. They seemed appropriate. Okay. So, in order, they're generally very D&D-like, but this was, themed around office work. So these come up. You have your soft skills, which is your persuade, intimidate, charm. Your hard skills, which are your basically strength analogy. Soft skills being, charisma. Knowledge, which is, as you can expect, int whiz sort of thing. Original MörkBorg only had power, I think. It didn't even have intelligence. Integrity, which allows you to, survive incoming damage. Is pretty much it. There's other such things like, poison saves. Then there's flexibility, which is just straight up a dex or agility. Now then, let us go down the list and make the character. I have did a bit of pre-rolling with their solo tables to generate the start of the story. But first, let us choose. How much savings do I have? I don't even know if this will come up at all in here, but let me roll. I have 40 sectants, which is that fancy little symbol. Sorry, I'm finding it hard to... 40 money. Also, this sheet has inbuilt, keep going on. Godot has that. So I have 40 money. So roll for traits, hit points, and undo. What is your roll? D6. That came up a 1. There are 6 of them, and I am a help desk worker. Oh no. So I think I'm just going to name the character Harold Help Desk. You're the first one to take the hit, not because you can necessarily endure it, but because they need some cannon fodder. If you made it alive so far, maybe there is something more for you. Once broken, a bone heals back stronger, after all. Let me re-roll the money because it turns out that was a different thing. Well, I made the colors. And I found out a few things because I had looked up. Let me just shout him out because I would not know most of this is possible. Windows 95. You know what? That is his channel right there. He had a. I looked on a. I had a thought and went, I wonder if somebody had made a theming for Windows 95. And that showed me how to get the little textures onto everything. It has to be the right size, though. I was having issues getting it to stretch properly. But I did that in Godot, and I used it. I was going to go a little harder on it, but I didn't have time. Anyways. So 2d6, so I have 80 money. So, vast improvement. I should also put in undos in here and, you know, some other things like traits. And I have health equal to... Well, I need to roll integrity, so let's go over that first. Bop, bop, bop. So back to traits. So standard sort of... Yep, 3d6, and then we look at the chart, which is pretty much like D&D. You know, 1 to 4 is -3. We only care about the numbers. We don't care about the actual parts in there. So let's just go down in order to... I should have picked a different dice. So 13. 13, whoops. 13 gives us a +1 in soft skills. Class will modify it after the fact. And 10 in hard skills, which is a 0. And then 9, which is also a 0. And now for integrity, which was what we originally were looking for. Which is terrible. And we're playing the tank class. So 6 and 8. So that's -1. I don't think Harold will be with us for long, and I might have to write up something else. Well, that's a 1. So another 9 in flexibility. So going the standard, nothing. Not the worst I've seen somebody play as. So anyways, we have -1 and then a D2. I actually have coins out. So I rolled a 2. So that is a whole 2 HP. There we go. Now beyond that, I have +1. Oops, I didn't factor that in. I don't think that raised it any. because that was 9, and yeah, integrity 7. I should have been looking at this at the same time. We'll just go with the stats just to keep things rolling. He isn't going to be here long. Let's be honest. Okay. The stress of handling a customer complaint gave you 2 of these. Or 2 of these? Okay. 6 and 2. Panic attacks that bring visions of the future. I'm going to open up a notepad for this. And 6, insomnia. Only restore D4 HP after a rest. Each time after taking a first hit in the fight. Our tank skill. Your skin, muscles, and bones toughen. Add minus D2 armor for D4 rounds. And this is sort of a stacking thing. Armor, like the original MörkBorg, is just a dice roll. This tends to have a few things that allow you to roll in addition to that. D2 armor, D4 rounds. Okay, that's put on there. So we got that. Let's, I don't think there's anything else. Nope, it gets into the other classes, which I will quickly just go over. The salesperson, the engineer, the controller, which is pretty much the programmer, the designer, and the supplier. If you don't go with these classes and go classless, you get plus 2 D2 to all of your stats, which, I mean, is a minimum plus 1. You're better than the average thing. Anyways, how many undos do I have? Once again, did not put them on the sheet, but I'll put it here. 3 out of 3 undos. I'll get to these in a minute, but let me roll the other stuff. So I have, for bags, 2 deck trolley. $12 items. Whoop, there we go. Roll essentials. 1, a set of cables. Now then. I don't remember if it is exactly it. But as you know, office themed, every office tool gets something. Cable whip, D6 plus 1. So I'm going to mark it on here. D6 plus 1. The deadly cable whips. Okay, and special, to see what special thing I get. Number 9. An old boom box. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Okay. Create your resume. Yep, chapter 2. How much savings? Which should be have been noted. You also get it from the class, but unless they all roll the same. Do they all roll the same? Yeah, actually they all roll the same. Oh wait, nope, they don't. They make a liar from me. Either way, roll your assets. Roll D6 for a deadly office tool to fight with, and a D4 suit. So, our deadly office tool is a stapler. D3. And our suit, which we roll with the caltrops. Is a cheap suit. Minus D2 damage and plus 2 target number for soft skills because it's not a great suit. I'll just have to remember that because it's slightly off screen. Okay, let me just check over. Is there anything else I need to do? So test section. Okay. This has the standard MörkBorg HP system. You hit 0, you roll for broken. Or in this case, it is called downgraded, which has all the fun stuff. You hit negative HP, you're dead. Which is the least fun option, but we kind of work with low numbers so it's possible. Anyways, undos. So in the original playtests of this, they were called glitches, but they were changed to undos to fit better. There's a mark on your heart, linking you with 2 realities when things go bad, and they will go bad, sooner rather than later. You could use the connection to blink. Actually, were they called blinks? Yeah, I think there might have been. They were glitches or blinks. I remember them as glitches, but blink does seem to be it. In and out between real world and the mundane. And this is basically your omens. Now, I don't know if these power any of the powers, quite literally, the good old scroll uses. But it is what it is. Now, let me see if there's anything else I get from suits. Because I basically did roll caster suit. NPC table. And then we just get into the mutations, which will not be coming up in this game. Well, I think this is a bit extreme and death spirally. Every day you spend inside the corporation, you roll a d8 and on a 1 you gain a random mutation, which seems real quick to become, everybody becomes the same mutant. Because there isn't a giant table of it, there's 10, which works, but people are going to roll the same thing. Then basic combat, which it's momentarily connecting to the world where you aren't fighting something horrible and your boss is just chewing you out. I think it specifically had some more fluff on it in previous things, or maybe it was during the Kickstarter that it discussed this. But effectively, instead of your boss having an argument with you, it's, a demon trying to tear you apart. So connecting to your old one is a lot better than, being skewered by a demon. Anyways, so as every MörkBorg must muck with the base rules a little bit, the sauce in this one was adding blocking. Very basic blocking, but effectively, instead of doing your evasion roll, which tests flexibility, you block, which uses integrity, which is effectively, Did I misspell integrity? Good, I didn't. I'm not recompiling this on the fly. Which is, your con score. Test integrity DR12 to block the attack. Upon a successful block, roll the enemy's damage minus D4 plus your integrity. Blocking with only your body parts a DR10 to block and plus 1 damage taken. So I actually like this because it gives more options. Because one thing that I have seen and when playing with this is that, you kind of don't do much besides, am I running away or attempting to beat them to death? Maybe if you get more items, you would have other options, but not so much. So this allows you to, because one thing, you may not actually have items to actually have proper combat with. You can block, and you get a little more armor, you effectively, like right now, I get more armor from blocking than I do for my suit. But then I'm on the defensive. That said, after a successful block, you can test DR12 flexibility. And on is successful, you hit back, roll for damage. You don't even have to roll the attack, because that's the attack here. It's not using hard skills, it's using flexibility. But that's basically an automatic counter, which is quite interesting risk-reward thing. Now, the risk on this, if you failed, you can't evade or block the next turn. And since this is a player-facing game, that means the attack automatically hits you. And you just roll suit to decrease that. So, it's a useful trade-off, I think. Because usually, I always think of this whenever I see a parry rule in a game. I always expect it just to always be rolled, because there's no point in rolling anything else, even if it's slightly harder, because you can fight back, which ends the fight faster, which means less parry rolls, so high numbers don't come into play. And this kind of avoids that by making there be a penalty to failing the follow-up to the parry roll. I still think block is neat, and I will probably be using it quite a bit through this, even if I don't have like a weapon. Because like, effectively getting the +1 only negates your dice roll of a 1. And then you're still rolling suit damage. So you can only do better. And that's my take on it. Things such as, just needs to touch you to poison you and do all this horrible stuff. Maybe not so good to block with your arms, but hey. It's a silly little demonic corporate world. But I repeat myself. Anyway, quarrels. Promotions won't come into play here. This is always one gripe I kind of have with the MörkBorg things, is that they don't really tend for long play, but they're not exactly designed for that, so that's all right. But this one has interesting because it raises your undos. And since undos are basically the omens of the other games, you have a chance, a 1 in 4 chance, to give yourself more undos, or raise your HP by 4. You raise your HP regardless anyways. Every 2 levels you gain D6 HP. But yeah. Reaction table, which will be useful. And rest replenishes D8 HP. Wow. If only I could get back DH HP. Yeah. That's kind of overkill. Anyways. Incantations. Yep, okay, incantations use knowledge, which is interesting. Then you have your coffee rituals for your coffee shrine, which amuse me. We have our enemies. I actually like the art for it. They have a nice bit of variety. MörkBorg had a few kind of iffy ones to me, but these ones are generally all within a style that I enjoy. But as all the Borks, they kind of go art punk, and anything and everything make it into here. I enjoyed a lot of like their fluff section. They have like 10 pages of fluff, which is interesting because, not really too involved, but it gives a lot of ideas. And those tend to use a lot of glitchy sort of black and white photos that, I don't want to say analog horror, but analog horror. They're not that extreme, though. They're usually just made to be creepy and not the bare basics of Photoshop. Anyways. All right. So we have Harold, the help desk worker. Let's get into this, which I did roll with their solo rules section, which is at the back of the book. Just to go over it, the solo rules basically work on a loop where you generate a task, you consult an oracle to get the mood for everything, and then you can ask questions and take actions. And you repeat until you've basically successfully done the task. And then you gain a promotion and another... What was it? I apologize, because I found these kind of interesting. There it is, closure of play progress, where it gives you an additional thing because you're working alone. Things such as replenish undos, approval, permanently lower DR of all soft skills by 1. Permanently lower DR of all hard skills by 1. So effectively, this is actually more powerful progression than the normal progression. And it kind of gives me a little bit of... Oh, wait, I just noticed something. You see that? Usually, the model covers the edge. And I don't extend it to the right side of the screen. We'll just pretend we didn't see that for the scroll. Anyways. So, this gives me a little bit of hope that you could make a MörkBorg type game that has more progression. One thing I think they need to improve a little bit upon is just give 3 more HP or something. That said, very hardy characters, like originally in MörkBorg. I mean, I'm all about the scuff. It's just, as I said, usually I end it behind me, and I don't like it going to the other side of the screen because asymmetrical. But anyways. But I guess you could kind of think of a starting MörkBorg character as a level 0 filter character. They die real easily. Then they upgrade a little faster. MörkBorg I don't think plays that way. This, if you use these progression rules, in addition to the other stuff, you could run a campaign on. Because not only do your stats go up, but you get somewhat specialized in DRs. Though you can roll a 6 and you get absolutely nothing on here, but hey. Okay, let's begin as said. So I have rolled for my task. And my task is to... Oh wait, I rolled the corporation. Let me go through it. So we are at Lukji. And Lukji deals in energy. It's a large corporate building. Has an R&D lab where it works on electronic devices to make for energy providers. Has an R&D office. Has a shipping office because they make it all in-house for maximum profit. And we have been given a task to help HR prep for World Capitalism Day. And we're supposed to get something from shipping that was sent to us by a partner. We don't know what it is. All we know is that the fire alarm has been going off and on all day long. And we're going to have to start going down to shipping sooner or later. I have a few NPCs rolled if need be. But as it goes, let's roll our first event. So, random event. We are heading down towards the shipping to get the incoming package to bring up to HR. Because nobody else can do it and the help desk has been sent to it. We run into a complication. Let's consult the Oracle. One 4. Challenge. Request. Client. Okay. I think I know what this is. I'm going to roll a few dice here. And by that, I mean we get our pocket dings as we get a message from HR. And that's an interesting one. Okay, 1 second. Let me roll all these and I will do that. There's 4 parts to a task. I'm counting this as a task. So, someone from HR, and I have a name, Clarence from HR, has just messaged us and said everything has gone tits up. They've been HR has gotten an influx of people from who knows where, and it turns out they're all a cult from a rival corporation. And Clarence needs to get out of there. He's stuck in the meetings. And he thinks he's going to be sacrificed by the end of this. And he needs us to get him out of there, but not look like he's abandoned his duties, because he can't afford it, man. He just needs to leave there before they finish the meeting and, sacrifice him or something like that. And Clarence isn't about that. So we have another task. Oh, I should probably actually draw on this. I keep forgetting that every time I do this. 512 by 512. Let me just put down tasks over here. Get package for HR. Get Clancy. Or Clarence. Out of meeting. We'll have that there. Now then, let's actually draw up Harry. I call this play and roll, but, I always forget this part. Let's keep it in a black and white style. So, I think I'm mildly influenced by the character art, but the help desk. Oh no, actually, the help desk. Help desk is a withered skeleton of a man, but let's go with a little portrait here. Nice little yellow outline. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Let's do this white on black style. So we have our basic outline there. I'm going to go with the thin idea because I like that. Oh, corporate Memphis? I am not doing... Could I do corporate Memphis? Could I do dirty corporate Memphis that would fit MörkBorg? Okay. You are the cause for this. Okay, let's drop the yellow by... Actually, this should be on the other layer, so I can draw under it. Cut pasta. Let's drop this by 2. Let's have him hunch over. And then let's have gray suit, doodly limbs. Oops. No, this should be further back. He's hunched over. So as he's hunched over, that brings the entire thing over. So that should be right about there. We'll have it like this. Now, let me look up corporate Memphis. If I had to put things about corporate Memphis, small heads, long bodies. And, you know, colors that don't actually fit with human standards, because it's supposed to be very... not supposed to have any people that you could place onto there. Like the corporate get everybody. Okay, let me select everything back here. And let me bring the black hair down. Greasy. So, okay. Corporate Memphis is based on having all this look clean, simple shapes. You can recognize it. So, let me put in depressed hollow eyes. Really gray eyes. Sunken. Soulless. Do they even have eyebrows on a lot of this? Like, I mean, for all the complaints about it, I find it fascinating how it has spread to everything. No eyebrows. They generally don't even have, like, eyes on there. They do emphasize the nose. Okay. I'm going to need to have another color for this. 79. How do I make him look world weary? Like, there we go. There we go. No, there's a history behind it that isn't that. It's real interesting because Memphis was a different style. It's like corporate Memphis actually goes against what Memphis was, I believe. Like Memphis wanted to... It's a long history, but I remember very specifically the like... Okay. Flat, nostalgia. Okay. Named after the Memphis group that features flat areas of color and geometrical elements. Yeah. So it wasn't even meant to be like a style per se. It was meant to be an easily scalable vector thing. And it's like was supposed to like pay homage to like 80s stuff. But yeah. Like I'm breaking the rule by having this little decal and having like this be detailed. But yeah. Anyways, this is our... I wouldn't even say it was possibly noble, but I remember it wasn't supposed to be all that. Yeah. Like it, you know what you know what 80s stuff looked like. It had all that colorful pop. Like, let me just do this real quick because I find it fascinating. Like 80s style is pretty much you have your loud background, and then like you have your simple star shapes in a pattern and all that. You tried. Like, you have this sort of thing going on. And that's like the background, and then like you're going to have your character on it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like that was just like the style because a lot of the 80s they got the technology to do that. So it was very in vogue to have like scrolling textures on background because you could actually do that without killing half the staff and try to figure out how to layer that in like cells and all that. And then what came from that also was that you'd have your character on it be real simple. Like basically almost cartoon like character. So you'd have that and then like you have your eyes on there. There you have your nostalgia bait 80s stuff. And then, because it was being made by somebody in tech and it was easily shoved into everything because it was being made for vector formats. And the thing with vector formats is that they're not pixel based. So you could scale this up to anything without having artifacting. So, tech bros jumped on it and then like had people do stuff and then it morphed into corporate methods. So anyways, let's give this guy 4 o'clock shadow. So let's desaturate this. The Homer Simpson. If I drop it about here, yeah, sure. Nah, that's a little much. I think I'll keep it like this. So there's our greasy guy, Harold. Let's do other things to defile the idea of corporate Memphis. I mean, oxymoron. Let's add a bunch of blemishes you wouldn't have on the design. Okay. There's our employee of the month. I'm sure the next one will be a different color. So anyways, as I'm supposed to draw on this, and I forget every single time because I get too involved in the rolling. We have Clancy. I have some notes on Clancy, actually. A little behind the scenes. Clancy is actually an identity thief. He got a hold of some credentials and some credit cards, and then corporate came and picked him up instead. So now he's been stuck there for a while. He wants success. He has a huge debt, and yeah, he's made a terrible mistake. So one second, let's just let's stick in corporate Memphis for a minute. This is a terrible idea, and I blame you for this. Okay. Oh god, I could do the thing. Because corporate Memphis goes off like long, inhuman arms. So 56. 6. So. And then we have the smartphone. Then we put a white screen here. And then we have it sideways because I couldn't think in advance. Let's make that 1 pixel. Okay. And let's use this for purposes of differentiating. Okay, good enough. And why is he so afraid? Because of the spooky men in the back. They have a really good cultist image. It like has fractal like horns growing out of their head. This is so dumb. I love it. Okay. Make him a little closer. I think this quite helps it. So now we got two little tasks going on. One's interrupting the other. Maybe we could have him go into there, but we have to figure out a way to get him out. And there's a fire alarm going on. So anyways, let's move on to the next event on here. Consult the Oracle. 15. Whoop, wrong page. Gratification. So I'm going to say that's a positive event. So let's just roll for Oracle 1-6. Agile, push, team. Okay. So our guy, our man Harold, is trying to think, oh, okay, I mean, Clancy is asking to get out of a meeting. I don't know why he can't get out himself. He's trying to think of a way to help the man. And he's heading down. He finally gets to shipping. And he finds a colleague there. Colleague is named Laharl. Laharl's kind of, well, let me just start drawing him. He's sitting there he needs to get something moved up to the help desk. But, you know, help desk is help, or like shipping is shipping, help desk is help desk. All departments kind of like, you know, don't work together. So Laharl has a long face. Kind of red eyes. He's a real tired man. He's recently been in a coma for about 5 months. I don't know. He came out a little different. He's a little anemic now. And so we meet him down there, and I'm going to say that Harold talks with Laharl, is going like, So you have to get stuff down here too. He's like, yeah, okay. Maybe we can make an excuse just to go to the back rooms to get it ourselves. If you can help me out with figuring out how to get Clancy, or no, sorry, yeah, Clarence out of his current situation, because Clarence really wants to live. I mean, he doesn't really like living, but he wants to live. One second. I mean, he doesn't have a fancy suit, but for whatever reason, he likes this high collar. We don't know why. Just really high collar. He tried to wear a cloak in one day. We don't get it. But hey, it doesn't... The dress code's really lax. I mean, like, when you have people coming in with human skin suits, you get away with a lot. Oh, yeah, I should probably do this too. I need to expand this sheet. Yeah, I do. 1 second. Canvas size. Times 2. Push it to the top. All right, then. We'll call it, yeah, actually, here we go. Out to lunch. Now, it's, still morning, but, remote offices. Somehow, I think I spelled shipping wrong. Yep, I probably did. So, okay, let's go on with helping him. So we're going to help him by breaking into the back room there. I mean, it's not too... We got 2 of us. We're in the help. We're in the help desk. We get things done. So let me just roll mood for what the actual door is going to be like to get in there. And maybe we don't even have to break in, but we're just going to bypass all security, which is against regulations, but things need to get done. Okay, I rolled a 31. I'll say this: the Oracle is a D66 system, i.e., 2 D6s. Yeah, look up the 66. One of the Actually, it's not 66. One of the entries, one of them's the 10s digits, one of them's the 1s digits. And they have 3 items underneath there for you to synthesize some ideas on it. Efficient. Mitigate. Ticket. I think this is likely. So I'm just going to... There's a yes-no table, and I think this is likely the door's just unlocked. For maximum efficiency, they don't lock the door, and they say, please don't enter if you aren't part of the shipping department. Is that what happens? I roll 2 dice. I got a 19. Yes, and an opportunity. What's the mood for the opportunity? 23. Adaptable. Strive. Fuck up. Okay, I have an idea. So, not Dracula and Harold, open the door. And, shit's on fire, yo. That's why the alarms have been going off for the fire alarm. That wasn't a complication I rolled for the task. So we have a greasy Herald here. And I'll just have it like that. And I think Laharl's a tall man. Not quite a man anymore after his coma. It did things to him. He just kind of came back. He totally wasn't dead. I will say it again. One of the best things about solo RPGs is the utter bullshit that comes from it. Just rolling the tables and getting stuff. But then again, last week I did spend, one of the other weeks I did spend like 3 hours rolling random charts and stuff. So we get back there. We find this poor person freaking out because they're the only person on shipping today. And a fire of non-negligible size has happened. And they don't know what to do. So we might be able to get in their good graces. If we're able to do something about this. So we got this dude. He's just screaming and running around. He has no idea what to do. So I'm going to make a roll here. $16, $20. And I'm going to go with that. That's a yes. As we're with the help desk, we remember they turned off the automatic fire sensor because it costs too much for them to have that for the sprinklers. And there's too many false positives of it ruining stuff. So we dash about the room looking for the manual turn on sprinkler system. And we find it. We hit it. We pull it down, and all water breaks loose. Because this is a bizarre, screwed up setting, let's go with 63. Groundbreaking design foundation. Okay. So, instead of the normal water that comes out, it starts spraying a film of fine particles that make everything horribly cold to the touch. And now, the fire has been snuffed out because of whatever strange particles that probably just gave us all cancer. But we're fine if a bit frostbitten. So let's just draw that. Just a quick little thing here. It helps if I select this. Okay, just get the faces down, and then I have to make it look like it got frosted somehow. Harold, okay. the bizarre fetch quests that sometimes happen to make things realistically work. And just like show a little bit of. This is the best I'm going to do for getting this guy to look frozen. I mean, I could screw around with, you know, like color and all that, but. So I think I'm going to make an integrity roll because, as I said, this is life stealing, whatever. So I just have to make above a 12. I make a 3. I think it's the least lethal, so I just take 1 little damage. Which isn't great. So, okay. Guy stops freaking out. We go over to... You know what, I'm going to... Whoops. What was that? Okay. Freezing. Experimental. This is so stupid. Anyways. Okay. So go over to him. And he's like, oh, he's profusely thankful because he had no idea that you had to actually, you know, pull the thing that says fire extinguishers to get the fire extinguishers to run. It's a common problem with new hires. And he'll help us. And we managed to get the one package. Now, because I know what's in the package, because, you know, I have to roll this stuff up. Is it going to be likely to display what is on the package? Or, actually, was it damaged by the fire? Is the package visible? So there has been a fire. So I think it's actually likely that the package was damaged, and we'd have to check on it, actually. So let's just roll on there. That's a 15, and that's an 8. So even if I didn't have to roll, I would have got a 15, which is to the yes-no oracle. 15, it's a yes. So the package got damaged and we have to look over it. And it's from our friends at, actually I didn't roll who the other company is. So, let's roll just name. Oh yeah, it's a D12 for this. So this came from Nib Inc. And it is I put it down here. It is an employee pacifier. It is an electric weapon that was made using some advancements in our corporation's voltage upgrade system. Effectively, it's a wide-range taser. And this gets some wheels turning. me just and I think it should, let's cut off the end here, just the tip of it, and we'll have like these electric blue go up here and down here and go like this. So yeah, let's cut this here. And this will be the TASM 4000. So we get this. It's unpackaged. And we look at it. Okay, I'm going to give it a flat roll to see. Is this thing charged? Yes. It seems to have come pre-installed with its energy pack, which is, against shipping regulations, but who cares? So we got this idea. And we go, and we start heading to the HR office where Clancy is slowly getting to the new hires' idea of what should be done to increase productivity. We get into the office. Okay. We get into the office. Oh, 1 second. There we go. We got 3 out of 3 undos. We're probably going to use them. We get in there. Laharl's with us. He didn't actually take any damage from being slightly frozen. Nobody understands why. He's really craving a pint. And not of, like alcohol. So we get in there. We interrupt the meeting, which gets the higher-ups kind of looking at us and all this. And not being the best, Harold begins by saying, "Oh, this is from our compatriots at He tries to read the name on the package, but you can never read the weird fonts. And it says that this is for World Capitalism Day, which at least gives a perk up from one of the higher ups, because they knew this was coming. And like, oh, we're getting our freebie. We want our freebie. And so let me give a roll and say that we're trying to say that it was asked that we test it out immediately as we got it. And even with a +2 to roll 14, we just got a 14. So the higher up there is like, heck yeah! So we take out the Tasatron 4000, pointed at the intern, or at the other cult people there, and we fire it off. And it does what it says on the can, and it tases them. And one second, I am putting eyes here. He's a sleepy boy. You must understand. What color was the suit? His suit was, Dracula. And his suit, sorry for hitting quiet parts, but yeah. Clancy like that. Red tie. And then we do a little bit of a shot like this. Yeah, the gun's hard to draw as it is, but... Whoop. Select everything. And we tase him. The Tasatron 4000 lives up to its name. You can definitely change the mood of a lot of employees at once. And while the higher up was interested in, just sacrificing Clancy, he's kind of thrilled of seeing them just get shot because they delivered like a really just long, drawn out of like, just let us kill the guy, bro. I mean, he would have let him do it, but, all the formalities. Anyway, they're sizzling on the floor. They're not dead, but they just sort of fade away. Like they don't want to be there anymore. All their fun was gone. So we have completed a successful task. Success. And I will actually roll for this because I expected to go a little more poorly, but Harold has successfully got the package for HR. The HR head got his Tasem 4000, and we got Clancy out of the meeting because the meeting's over now. It's like there's no point, so he isn't going to get shanked for it. So let us roll and actually see a level up because we got our promotion here. Quite literally, this would be an entire session with people. As some people here may know, I have ran a session of CorpBorg, just rolling Oracle stuff. And it works out. The best part about rolling this with people who live in running this with people who live in corporate America, they make up all the details so you don't have to. You say HR needs this thing from this other department, and they will go through all the things they have to do that. And I just have to provide monsters and set dressing, and it's amazing. Alright. So let's do the level up thing, because I've never actually leveled up a MörkBorg character before. So, advancements, Did I pass it? Nope, there it is. Promotions. Corner office. Okay, so we rolled 4 d6s. I need another d6. I have another metal d6, so I will use another metal d6, because metal d6s are metal. Clean white one or dirty bronze thing. Well, it's dirty bronze it is. So for every 6 I roll on this little dice pool of 4d6s, I get to increase a stat. Not a number, not like what was originally rolled, but straight up +1. So 4, 3, 3, 2. Bupkis. For every step of the corporate rider, every 2 levels, increase HP by D6. Since I'm going to say we're level 1, we're level 2 now. And we increase HP by 1. Okay. Roll a d4 to find out what kind of bonus is given. 4. Nothing. We're off to a great start here. So, back here, because what sort of thing did we get for soloing this? Okay, roll a d12, the most magical and axiom dice. We got ourselves 11. A protein bar. Permanently lowered DR of all integrity tests by 1. DR. So we are rolling even as if we had 0 integrity now. Thank you. How long have I been doing this? An hour and a half. Okay then. Let's see. Let's just say got package. Instructions. Okay, one second. I'm going to delete this one, move it down a little bit. Let's spend a minute on there. So yes, this is the basic one. I think I will roll up a fresh new task to see if I can get Harold killed. But, yeah. It leans very much into... it's silly. Like, there is a lot of stuff people can read into... Sorry. I'm trying to think what I should put on here. I think I should just do symbols and stuff, but yeah. People can read into here, into... Oh, wait. No. Okay. I know what I need to put on this. Barbell. Got protein bar. Oh, hello there. I'm happy to... Yeah, there's a lot worse that can happen. Okay, actually, so we'll just say Harold can actually get some sleep somewhere. Let's bump his HP back up to max so he can, like, still die in one hit. Move to the next day. And I will roll on the deadline table. I didn't have anything set because I didn't think I'd get this far. Let's see, what would be a good one? Because with all MörkBorg-based campaigns, you kind of have a doomsday table that goes on, because it pushes events into the world and all that. We need to deliver. We need to work some overtime to deliver before the deadline. Yeah, I'll say that. It's a nice middle one. Do I roll a 1? No. So the important emails haven't gone out. But, actually, what did I have this as? Yeah, it's a 512. 512 by 512 times 2, so 1024. Yeah. A new day. Harold still lives, but let us roll up the task he gets from sleeping under his desk, because there's still work to be done and he can't leave yet. So I will be doing this fresh, and hopefully this will be somewhat quick. I still have things I need to do today, though my energy drink is half full. Heart palpitations. So I roll 4d20s, in which case I'll just roll in order. So 19. Help with moving to the new building. I'll say new building or department. Let's just get a feel for what's actually going on here. So who is this a request from? Those who lurk below. I think they're moving into our building. And how are they going to be moved? By never stopping for a break. Okay. And what's the complication? No, I rolled that one last time. A blood-borne disease is turning people into monsters. Okay. I can work with this. Welcome back. Okay. I am going to do some silly font here. All right, night. So we got this. And let's have some unspeakable horror moving boxes. Okay, let's get all this. Let's move this down. Of course, it's all in the same layer because I forget this stuff. Let's give him a crown of fire. Oh, God, no. Please not. So, we have the ones who lurk below moving into the office somewhere. It's so silly. So, okay. Let's get a little bit of the Oracle to flavor how the heck this is going to go. So it needs to be done post-haste, which probably means Harold was woken up. 2-4. So we got ourselves aggressive sacrifice target. There we go. Whoop, that's the wrong color. We want the not black. And our little Harold is trying to get some sleep. Let's get the right color. Oop. Don't know. We'll find out. Let's go with the neck actually here. Okay. So I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible and keep things rolling, which is not the best of things to do. So we got Harold. He's sleeping under his desk. He's a greasy, greasy boy. And we'll have his little smartphone up here. We'll have it have text. I mean, haven't you slept under your table at your office? This is a normal thing, right? Okay, so he wakes up. And he has to... So either... Okay. Is he going to... Are we going to have to deliver the sacrifices? I'm going to avoid having Harold be the sacrifice because that's a little silly. So they need to get something to a target area. So, is he going to be responsible for establishing the target area or delivering to it? I'm going to ask the question, is he responsible for establishing it? Let me actually roll that a bit better. I like to have it bounce off the side. I got a 3. No. He's going to have to get the right things... He's going to have to get a list of things. And I'm going to say they have to come from the R&D lab. I'm going to put this here. So he needs to get this stuff to the target area. Whether there's sacrifices involved, who knows? Okay, he proceeds. He's groggy because he's an insomniac. And let's ask a question. So, the complication for this was... blood-borne disease is turning people into monsters. That's going to be centered down there. Okay, Let's roll for event. Actually, that was supposed to be a D12, wasn't it? Yeah. The axe dice. 1. This is probably going to go very well. Oh, no, it's a D20. Okay. My bad. 20. Plot twist. What's the plot twist of us doing another delivery mission? 35. Credible. Achieve. Cult. So, let me think. We know the complications of bloodborne disease. We don't know where it's going to pop up. Ah, okay. I got it. So we get out there, and we're seeing that it's a hostile takeover situation. And the cultists the other day were not happy. And they have gotten more people into the building. And they have summoned the blood mist cloud. And the hallways are filling up with this mist. And you can hear shrieks. Oh, 1 second. He's found the upper management. No. The last one we rolled, some interns were actually cultists from a different company. We're going to just put it out here. And we're going to put this at 24 again. One second, because I think this is funny. It might actually be the ones from the other day. So the hallways are just... Whoop, okay, I might want to actually get that edge. There we go. So the cultists are just like filling up the hallways, and people are fighting out there, just going completely losing it and just pummeling. So do we have like gas masks or something? Let's roll to see if like the help desk has gas masks, because this isn't the worst. Oh, I got a 1. Let's see what that means. No, and a bad consequence. Two and 3. Adaptable strive fuck up. So Harold finds there actually is an emergency gas like one second. He finds one of the things, but instead, when opened, a small demon pops out. Actually, let's just delete that and substitute open. Bop. Bop. Once again, I should be on a new one. And let's roll up a low-ranking demon, which will be interesting. Okay, before we get to that, because demons can actually be fully rolled up in this. Because they're completely random. So this is going to be a low-ranking demon. So I want to just roll everything in twice and take the lower. It's the last page of enemy stuff. Okay, this is all done by a bunch of D12s. So first off is his HP. 3, 1. Okay. So it seems about, fits in thing size. 2 HP. What's its motivation? That's a 1. That means like when it is at half health, it will roll against that. Let's roll its defenses. 14. 8. So it has some. It has minus D. Yeah, that's D6. Stone, metal, hardened scales, occult. What's its attacks? 10, 11. So 2d6. And what's its special power? 4, 12. Okay, 4. Lucky. Lucky. 10% chance to inflict +1 damage. Since that isn't really put on there, I'll say whenever it does damage... No, it should go in before it does damage, because reduction can nuke a lot of stuff, but it's doing a lot of damage anyways. Let me go to the Oracle to see what kind of weirdness is going on. 1, 2. Tie my shoe. Protective management leadership. I want to say it's an imp. Whoops. You know what? Yeah. And we will get... Nope. We will get rid of this middle divider. And we will put in a darker red. $44, $33. And I think, yeah, we'll go full hazmat in the back. But we have a weird stoned imp-like demon thing. Yo, face mask. Whoop. We'll have it be all crumpled and whatever. I should actually do the tone down so I can have that be the edges. give it little horns, little red beady eyes, impish grin. Okay. I might as well go full. Okay, so at least give him some of this. Somebody was such a joker. Okay. I guess I could delete that part right there. So what is the demon's reaction? Because we have a reaction table. But we have the stats up for this sucker. This sucker is actually kind of strong for what he is. He just has no bulk or motivation. Excuse me while I'm finding the reaction table. Actually, it's in the back of the book. Most things are in the back of the book. There we go. Okay. Reaction table, 2d6. 6. Angry. So this little sucker is angry that it's been deserved. It's angry that it has to sit here and protect this stupid little hazmat suit. It's been stuck in there for a long time. So I have an idea. I am going to, oh yeah, I'm just doing basic rolls. I should be doing the solo rolls, which means you roll twice. You're sat twice, and if you get 2 hits, it's there. You get a success. But like only 1 hits, you get success, but a negative consequence. So I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to do a soft skill roll, which I only have a +1 on. And I'm going to say it's a normal task. I'm going to say like, hey. I'm going to try to convince him. Let's just roll first. So 16. 7, so with consequence. He's going like, how about you go out there and fight instead? And the demon is like, no, I've been ordered to do all this by blah, 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 blah. I'm going to make a roll. I'm going to figure out the consequence for later. I'm going to make a roll to say, has he been fired? Because this is in the help desk room. And Harold has been in there. Yeah, there's supposed to be like probably some ritual. Sorry, 1 second. There's some cutoff everywhere. This is why Harold's supposed to check out the... Yeah. So, is the guy that did this fired? 7, which I think is just a flat up no. On the Oracle, that said... the demon is seemingly goes, yeah, but he didn't do a lot for me. So, if you could give me something better, I'll move on to protecting whatever you want, or doing whatever you want. Just give me some action. I've been in here for months. Okay, and what does he want? What comes from the Oracle table? 21. Dynamic Chase Office. Okay, this is dumb, but it's silly and it's fitting. He wants new shoes. If he's going to be running out there and, like tackling and dealing with all these rage stuff, he wants new shoes. Harold is trying to think of where you'd get demon shoes. He's going to ask the question, would his work? And the demon goes, yeah. Might have to, get a little blood in order to do the magic to fit him to me, but that'll work. And Harold goes, fine. So I'm going to make an integrity roll, or else he's going to lose 1 health from whatever ritual the little demon does to magically refit the shoes to him. And Harold's going to be running around with no shoes, but he's probably going to have hazmat booties at this point. And Harold does not actually make it, so he takes 1 hit HP worth of suck blood out and do it. So now Harold's in a hazmat suit. And there's a demon out there that may or may not help him, but he goes off shrieking with laughter as you hear somebody get smacked really hard and bounce off a wall. So oh, how did it look? So it had the scooping down. I'm doing a Devilman Crybaby meme here. So it had hand like this and like other arm going up, and that was the weird run that they did. Okay, let's give him some kicks. And a little bit of that. So yeah, this little stone imp thing that was put in there to screw a guy when something bad happened because, corporate jokes. You don't understand it. If somebody isn't getting hurt, it's not funny in corporate. Traded shoe for suit. Okay. I don't think there's actually a... I'm running out of room real quick out here. So I'm just going to rule that this suit makes me immune to like all biological or like mist or whatever. And now we're out there. Yes. Something like this. Put that on there. And put the light, like little face shield thing here. Going to R&D. Okay, we'll see if we encounters anything. I'm going to put that as a 12. In other rooms. Okay. Okay, so let's roll the next part of this, which is to set what the random event is, because I like the random events, because I could just say it gets to R&D and whatever happens, but this at least flavors it. It reminds me more of the Mythic Game Master emulator system. I always like that, setting up scenes and whatever. But 13, complication. Is it a fight? I think it's likely. No, it is not a fight. No, but an opportunity. Okay, what is this opportunity? Third, 1-3. Innovative aid market. Innovative aid market. So right now there's a literal blood magic plague going on. And he's going to R&D. Okay. Does somebody in R&D know how to counter this? 13, 11. So, oh no, I just need the 13. I don't need the 11. Don't roll twice for just basic yes no. 13, but it has bad consequences. Canvas size. Actually, let's just move on to a new one. 512, 120. Well, it's electronic R&D. They're power people. They're not that. Okay, you're going to be purple. I said purple. But do we care? Nope, thinner. Okay. So we got our little purple guy here. And he just comes out and goes like, I know. Stop this. Okay, so Harold goes like, okay, fine. It's really annoying that I have to deal with the possibility of like some blood-crazed maniac coming out to hit me. Also, why haven't you been affected? The scientist just kind of goes, it's area-based magic. It doesn't get over everything. You could get out like the suit right now. Like, unless they're still casting it, you don't have to be in it. Harold's like, I don't trust that. Anyways, what do you say? What do we need to do to stop this? Because it's really annoying. And the nerd says, okay, I got a 2, 3. You know, I rolled this single one a dozen times. Can I get something in like 4s, 5s maybe? And I got a 5 and a 4. Perfect. Disruptive die building. Okay. I'm going to look up something real quick. Herbs for calming. Herbal remedy, da da da. Okay, I'm not going to look too deeply. He's going to go. So you have to just put into the vents all this perfume and or all this herbal oils and extracts. It's calming. He's like, yeah, I've heard that line before. No. This is magic, so it doesn't need to make sense. Like, okay, carry on. And he goes in back and he gets out like this literal container that's the size of like an oxygen tank. And he says, okay, you just need to go over and put it in. He's like, why can't you do it? I don't do work. I think of things. And he goes, okay, fair point. So now we got ourselves, we're still in the suit. We're still doing the virgin walk. Got ourselves a container of anti-rage mist, anti-rage herbs. I want to say it's rosemary scented because that's the only herb I can think of right now. Let's contract this by 1 so that I can do a little, like, you know, this to it. Okay, let's make that 24. Sure, that works. So, okay, this is going to be a bit of delay. So, we're going to do it because it's going to make our job easier later. No, you never want to admit to your extra projects or you're going to be responsible for them. That's the rule. Okay, so the next random event as we head on over to... I'll say that, okay, I'll ask. Is it close by? I'll just give it a flat low roll of, is the ventilation close by? And I got a 19, which is a yes, and an opportunity. Let's see what that opportunity is. I mean, this is a very important part of the building, so yeah, it would probably be close by. Everything would be close by. So 62 gets me a seamless fuel cloak. Cloak. Is this some sort of like a cloaking device or some other sort of sneaky like R&D equipment? I'm going to roll a flat yes no on that. 18. Yes it is. What does it do? And are we up for stealing it? So 65. It's corrupted and it absorbs blood. Okay, I'm going to say... well, he's, I'll get around the gas canister. He sees as he goes over there. Use in case escape. Use in case of emergency. On the wall. Literally sitting there. Glowing purple evil. And I'll say that this thing basically makes you invisible for dealing like damage to you. Do I want to take that? Does he want to deal with whatever junk this entails? I'm going to say he'll take it. God. I'll say he takes it. So we got ourselves and that'll be the quick rules for it. It makes you basically invisible for 1d4 minutes. And it costs 1 blood to use. I should probably spice it up more and like have it do on a integrity fail you like die or something. But yeah, so we got that. And we get over to the thing. Would a help desk person know how to like get the system figured out? I will say no, so I will give a knowledge roll. 12, 16. He is able to figure out, because there is in plain letters, insert mind-altering gas canister here. On, right next to the vents. It's going to be like, you know, a little protrusion. Have a little hose coming off of it for even easier use. I'll make it yellow. So Harold's not bothered at all by the fact that there is a pipe that seems to be regularly used to push mind-altering chemicals throughout the facility. I mean, like, it's not his job to figure out why this stuff is here or to be concerned about it. So screws it in. Starts pumping it all throughout the building. Let me draw a little bit of what should this be? It should be just a vent. Let's just have a little black square. Overlay that with a little bit of this. Nope, the wrong color. And throughout, like, at least a couple floors there near. Let's have this guy be green. Little tiny arm. Big hand. I'm not good in the Memphis style, but I need to, like, at least try. Big feet. Tiny little face. Let's have this guy be, oh, let's say orange. Let's actually just... Oh, I didn't put it... Of course I didn't. Okay, let's just roll with it. And, you know, we got a scene out there, zooms in on this, and he says, he comes out of the blood rage. He goes, "Oh, terribly sorry for eating you, Frank." Let's make that smaller size. Won't happen. So, okay. He gets the rage mist pumped. He doesn't have to deal with that stuff on the way back. You know, let's actually put you on a table. It makes more sense. There we go. So, go out. Let's see, any more complications? Next event is 11. What is 11? Just a standard complication. So now we aren't worrying about blood things. Delegate. Demon. Okay. Since this is literally, you know, like, we're moving these guys in. It would make sense that there is a demon here. And he's in charge of this. And he is mad that it took so long. There should have been no breaks. There should have been anything. So, I won't roll stats for him, but I'll at least say he's like, you know, big. Give him a goatee. Okay, so we get a demon over there. So let's do soft skills. Got a 17. Got 11. So we have to hit 14 for soft skills because we have a cheap... Actually, he wouldn't see our cheap suit because we're wearing the outer layer. And we have to give him a reason. And we managed to actually persuade him. He's like, he's more just wanting us to like know that he's in power than to actually, you know, like go all that. So Harold tells him back to him, he's like, had to do some cleanup on the way here. Everybody was eating each other. We had to have that resolved or we couldn't get all the R&D equipment down there. He spins bullshit, but Demon buys it. That's not readable. Each. I cannot spell. Don't let it happen again. Don't let it happen again. Like, we're not even in the same department. Let's make that bigger. Let's go with 18. Don't let it happen. So we get down there. The R and Demon. Oh god, I'm going to put that on his shirt. That's such a dumb. Okay, so the Iron Demon's like, okay, he's done yelling at us. He just wanted to yell to show that he was in power because, you know, it's his position. And we get back there and he starts loading us up with stuff. Just because it's loading a little long, I will extend this. Canvas size plus 256. Sure. So we're carrying all the stuff back, and I'll say just end it because we've had a bunch of stuff happen on this. Stuff that could have gone badly. So now we're loaded up with crap, and he's still not taking off the suit. He doesn't trust Rosemary's scented mist from counteracted, you know, rage magic. Oh. Wait. I don't know why I'm doing this badly. Okay. So, we got this. We're bringing it there. Let's actually shrink this down. I'm drawing too big because I have the space. Okay, so we head down. What's going on in the target area that needs this stuff? So, 22. So once we get down there, 22, charm, focus, pivot. So we, out of the box comes. So there we find, like, you know, slimy, tentacly thing that used to probably be a person because still wearing a tie and everything. It just has, you know, like, tentacle arms and all that. Clearly been here for a long time to get all those mutations. We already have that guy. Let's go with this color. Let's just get rid of that. Oh, yeah, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay, you know what? Let's do this again. This guy, he has one arm with a checklist. Says you're barely on time. And he takes out of the box a pink gem that radiates with a charming aura. And he sets it into place in the middle of the summoning circle. And Harold isn't too dumb. He understands when he shouldn't be here. And books it. The second he sees that goes down. And like moments later, you hear the unholy rumble and he feels the eldritch energies. And he's able to get out before, like, those that lurk below finally move into the office. It's a big 32. And he's going back, and he gets it. He passes He responds to the email, everything brought down. Okay, I'm actually going to put down here. Want to watch? Off screen. So he gets out there and he receives his promotion. He says like, okay, that's all done. We'll get back to your daily task. This is, you know what you need to do right now. So I am going to roll to see if I level up anything. And yes, I am able to increase one statistic. And I'm going to put integrity at 0. And now I am going to roll for whatever promotional item I get. 3. Bookmark, please do your thing. I do have the PDFs of this. It's just I like using physical stuff. It's a thing. If I'm doing a Kickstarter, I rarely back ones that do that. So I got a 3. So I gain 3d6 bonus money. Which is nearly useless. Let's see. So that's 6, 8, 10. Okay. So that's 100 monies. 180 monies. And then I roll for the progress or for the solo stuff, and let's just see what it is. Occult manual, lower DR knowledge of tests by 1, and I'll put that right after this one. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to say got task complete. Got forbidden tome. Okay, then let's put the good book here. A weeping red eye on it. It has a aura about it. Okay, so just to go over the story of Harold to finish this up. Harold is from the help desk. Harold was told to get a package for HR, but upon starting to head out, one of the HR people, Clarence, called him up saying he needs to get out of this meeting before it ends because some of the new guys, which were actually cultists from a different company, were going to sacrifice him. So he thought about how to help. And when he got down to shipping, where he was going to pick up the package, he found his co-worker, Laharl, waiting because shipping decided to take lunch. And Harold said, I got it. Let's just go into the back room and get it ourselves. We don't even know. He goes to the back room there, because the door was unlocked. And finds out that the fire alarm that they've been hearing all day was because shipping was on fire. However, there's an experimental fire system that doesn't automatically go off because too many false alarms and too much ruined product. So they pull it, and they're hit by it, and it freezes them and does stuff. And they go over, they get their thing, and it's open, and they got the Taser 4000 that was going to be delivered to HR from a different company as part of Global Capitalism Day. So they got that. They get to the office. Harold cooks up some talk of saying, like, the instructions say that we should use this upon use. And the HR boss is like, yeah, let's use it. Shoot the new guys. So we shoot the new guys. And the task is successful, and we got ourselves a protein bar. Because, real cheap stuff. Then we got to moving day, where those that lurked below had to come up. And as we are sleeping under the desk, we got told to get to work and get stuff from the R&D office. And when we got out there, we found out that seemingly the cultists from the other day hadn't had their badges revoked and were casting rage mist because if they couldn't get the sacrifice they needed, they're making a mess of things. So we looked for our things and we found something very specific to this thing. And found a demon that was sitting in there saying, you can't get your stuff. So we traded our shoes for a hazmat suit. And we started to go to RD, where there's extreme violence and other things going on. But it's not his problem. And just because... R. Just for a little bit of stuff. Whoops, that should have been a little down more. There we go. We get to R&D. Over in R&D, we'll actually put a little purple there. Whoops. Helps if I don't hit that. R&D guy. I know how to stop this. And he says, hey, if you put this relaxal herb stuff into the... That's a little off. Let's just white it out and not bother too much. If you put this into the vents, everything will be fine. So we take it. We find emergency blood invisible bracelet. And we got it. No one will know. And we find down in the vents, insert mind-altering gas canister here. And we'll say that that's what this little instructions say. And then we do that. And then all the terrible violence stops. Then we get down to R&D, the R&D men, to get our stuff. He says, why are we late? People are eating each other. And he says, like, okay, fine, don't let it happen again. And we get our box. We head out. Says, made it just in time. Let's change that to an 18 font. Made it just in time. Let us start. The rich. You know, it's all umlauted to hell and back. Yeah, so we want to watch it. We just get out of there, and then we get our task complete, and we got a forbidden tome, allowing us to use our knowledge quite better. And that is the story of Harold over 2 days of soloing. Oh, also, we should also put in here. Okay, let's do a little bit of this. Okay, so that was my solo journey through a little session of CorpBorg, and I will say I like the idea of CorpBorg. It's very tongue-in-cheek on a lot of things. I like the system. It's general MörkBorg. It's very... Oh yeah, barely any skin. So it's fine. It'll heal up. So it's very easy to run. The solo system. -1. Let's put that as a 12. The solo engine in this is little on the basic side, but that isn't bad because it's meant to be as fast as possible. And it makes a wonderful little resource to just like ad hoc stuff in game. I have run this before, as I mentioned earlier, for a group, and I just used the Oracle tables and complications and all that, and just rolled when necessary. And it all came together. Because if you have a group of people that work in corporate, they will make all your story for you and everything they need to do for you. Because you just need to say, HR needs this thing from somewhere. And they will say, okay, we need to talk to these people. And then while they go on and talk about this, you roll NPCs in the background. You roll up a few extra things. And I would say about the only thing you need to do is set up the base building and what sort of stuff is in there. Maybe name some people in some offices, which they have NPC tables in there which work, and then the Oracle table is a little... I'm not quite sold on having 3 items in there. It does help with having a choice, so you're not so locked in, but that's what generally vagueness in Oracle tables work for. I do like the yes-no system, being quite a simple yes-no complications or bonuses or opportunities in there. That's very nice. I think maybe the random events could be expanded a little bit more, but I'm always one for random events being giant tables and having like nuance to them, like linked to other ones. But for purpose, CorpBorg is fit for bringing into D&D night, because, well, it's basically D&D. And running it for a one-off. Don't know about progression on there, though as I said, I never really checked out the solo progression on there. And I think that could actually be used quite simply for main game running it to allow you to extend the game of it. Because while it gets you more HP, it gets you to be able to do tasks a lot simpler than basic HP rolls, which didn't exactly, or basic promotion ones, which it only gave me 1 stat roll over 2 levels, which is not great. MörkBorg's system was weird because it would allow you to go down, but I think honestly in a game like this you would have your stats go up and down just through events. But yeah. So that is that, and I am going to say thank you for coming to this. This worked out quite well. I quite enjoyed rolling it and coming up with the random crap. Though I think phonics on this model could have been better. I think I should only keep the O's, and everything else should just be standard smile. I think it's probably more I screwed up the frequency stuff, and yeah. That's what you get when you rig and set up models literally minutes before a thing. But hey, it's how I roll. So anyway, thank you for coming. Next time we'll probably do some spriting or something. Gotta keep it varied. Or game programming. Who knows? It's a week away. So with that, have a good day everyone. Or a good time of day as it may be. And I will see you later. And because it feels so weird, I am going to leave on never. Though I do have an X-Twitter linked in the thing. You can look me up there. I do commissions for pixel models. That's all you're getting out of me.